And welcome, Internet Land. We are live. Oh, wow. What a week. It has been one hell of a welcome to my channel, The GameCraft Dragon. Today is our Taco Tuesday, talking stuff. Our Plague Edition. So in honor of our Plague Edition, I am wearing my Children of Chaos shirt because it is pretty crazy. Holy crap. Taco. Wow. What a week. My co-host, the lovely Lady Dragon, is currently on her way home from work. So she'll probably be joining us shortly, if her back's not too horribly wrecked up. What a week, my friends. What a week. All right. Let's talk about this, guys. All right, hang on. Back up. What is on the bench? Let's talk about on the bench. Actually, let's talk about it because there's a lot on the bench with the virus having taken over all of our lives. I think what we have on the bench is it's kind of a bigger part of the show from this point going forward. But let's talk about the news. Holy crap, what a week. Okay, so coronavirus. Wow. I mean, U.S. has got states under lockdown, and I live in Wisconsin, where our governor just announced a state of emergency, and all non-essential businesses are being closed. I work in the financial industry, so my business is considered vital and important, sweep running. But my department is like, you're going to work remotely, so I am not going to have to wear a dress shirt or a pair of dress pants for a couple of weeks at least, probably close to a month. As my boss put it, for the foreseeable future, I'm not coming in the office. So I got all my remote stuff with me. I got some extra cables. I'll be hooking up my monitors. I'll be doing my remote support from my desk here. Wow. It really hits home when that comes down. Where Lady D works, PJs, if you're lucky, man. I'm kind of a boxers and shirtless sort of guy when I ain't gotta go, if I ain't gotta be in front of people. Love them tacos. All right. Lady D, probably out in her car. All right. So let's talk about all the news. I need my glasses because I got a lot of reading to do. This is kind of crazy. I'm excited because holy crap, things went down today, big time. Under your bed and finish a half painted unit that's been languishing on your desk. Ha! They had only idea what real people have. In the safety and well-being of all our customers and staff, department to hear at everyone at Games Workshop in response to the developing global situation surrounding the spread of COVID-19 and following advice and instruction of both the government here in the UK and throughout the world, we are closing Games Workshop sites around the world. This means all of our Warhammer and Games Workshop stores will be shut down from today, 24th of March, until initially the 14th of April. Now that's kind of expected. It's the next part that gets me. We'll also be closing our factory and distribution centers. So our online stores for Games Workshop, Forge World, and Black Library will not be shipping or selling any physical products during this period either. If you've recently placed an order and are waiting for it to arrive, please give us 48 hours to contact you. If you've got questions after that, please drop our customer service team a line via email. They'll be valiantly working from home to ensure you're supported over this period. Games Workshop is closed for business until the 14th of April at a minimum. If you pre-ordered that disaster of a box, you're not getting it. Nurgle was so mad about how awful that freaking Wolf Orc box was that he went, no, you will replace or improve it. Damn it. Oh, damn. But what this does mean, I guess their Twitch stream is considered premium content and there's a charge for it. And as of right now, it's free. And the way they're talking is going to be free for the foreseeable future, including backlog. So if you want to see some games, you want to see some tournaments, you want to see some live painting from old times, it's all on Twitch. Okay. I got plenty to do, though. I'm not going to sit there and watch Twitch, but there is a reason to watch Twitch. This Saturday at basically 10 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific, basically starting 15 minutes before that, they're going to be starting their live stream, and they're going to start what were going to be their Adepticon reveals. So this Saturday, big reveals all live on Twitch. So if their inventories are all shut down and all their factories shut down, somebody's got that crap all in their house and they're going to be live streaming it, which is pretty cool. It's like last year, they had a bunch of event-specific models, and they've had a couple of event-specific models for the last couple of years. They are making the announcement now. Exclusive models for everyone. Right now, staying home is a heroic thing to do, but for many of you, it's meant missing out on attending great events and the chance to grab exclusive miniatures. We didn't want that. So we're giving all of you a chance to get your hands on a number of event exclusives, starting with Lieutenant Amalus, who was due to be making his last appearance at Adepticon 2020. Keep an eye out for news exactly how you'll be able to grab him and others in the coming weeks. So they're going to be releasing a lot of those event-specific models as purchasable models. Now, the problem is, if they're going to charge them the same rate, those as special editions, they're $30 figures for usually ones that aren't that great. But they're gold sculpts. If you're a collector, I can see it. Now, that's crazy. They're going to be having a ton of content over the next couple days. They sent out a very specific letter, and I want to read this to you from their support team. Hi, everyone. Oh, they just reworded it again. So they sent out this letter, and then they reworded it on their website. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, we already talked about that. I already read the letter. Wow. Whatever. Okay, so Games Workshop goes for business. Build your stuff at home. Hope you got enough paint and glue. But they're already starting to show their releases. They had an Old World release today where they're talking about, man, these tacos are amazing. Dude, I made these myself. I found like an off-brand taco seasoning that is just fabulous. And I got it at a hardware store of all places. since this weekend. Good stuff. All right. So, sorry, we got busy with things going on down here. A lot of stuff going on. I actually got a pretty packed show. I got a lot of stuff going on today. Old World, they made their first real announcement of stuff they're doing. Old World, the Ice Guard of Kislev. So they're putting the class in the classic. So Kislev, Kislev flesh, the northern flesh, the paler flesh. They're finally talking about what's coming out. So the idea, and a couple of people are talking about this, the way that they're setting and framing this is that the old world isn't set just before the end of the world. It seems like it's going to be set a couple hundred years back. Oh my God, it's my lovely wife. Oh my God, it's my lovely wife. In stereo. Hey, sweetie.
Hello.
Hi. Mwah.
Oh, hey, I got a new subscriber.
So, there are tacos in the.
God, I need paintballs first.
All right. Get your paintballs, get your tacos. Come over here and join me. All right. So that being said, so it looks like they're setting this old world version of Warhammer, the old fantasy setting. It looks like they're setting it a couple hundred years or more before the grand ending, so that there will be time to do story and whatnot, which is great. And the first ones they're talking about are the Kislev, which are basically a cross between Russians and Mongols. And they're pretty cool. So, and they've got already a new unit designed, which are the ruling. They're known as the Ice Guard. They're an elite fighting formation of warrior women. They're good with bow and blade. But what's significantly different is that they're able to channel the elemental magic of the realm in a similar manner to their Ice Queen, the most powerful practitioner of this unique form of sorcery. So, the artwork for these original characters. Okay, for you Wisconsinites, I'm going to talk crap about my tacos. I got the taco seasoning at freaking Menards. You'll know what a Menards is. They had it there. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Nom, nom, nom. So anyhow, they're creating this new warrior, and if you look at their website and you look at the art for these new warriors, they're gorgeous. They're all female unit. They're sword and bow, and they've got crystals on the art that are basically going to look like they're going to channel ice magic. And Mark Bedford is doing the art for them. Now, I don't know if anybody knows who Mark Bedford is, but he has created, over the last 10 years, some of the most iconic, beautiful pieces for Forge World Fantasy. So he's a great artist. He's an amazing artist. So if they've got Bedford working on this stuff, this old world stuff's going to be gorgeous. The interesting point is that they got Bedford from Forge World doing it. What some people are thinking, that the old world is going to be a Forge World product, much like the it's just water for now. I already drank the cream that was in there. It's a little bit in the bottom. that the old world is going to be a Forge World product, much like 30K is to 40K.
I thought I did.
That being said, for some people that have existing armies, that'll get them playing the game. For those that don't have armies like me, that may be a barrier to keep me from getting into the old world. That's okay. I love 30K. I mean, I love 40K. I love AOS. I don't need to get into 30K. especially if the rules, especially if the rules for the old world are like the old fantasy rules, where they're more complicated. The way 30K rules are complicated as compared to 8th edition. I like 8th edition. I like the simplicity of the game. So, no, the cough is because I just inhaled. Tacos are great, but you don't want to inhale and try and breathe the meat. The meat does not go in the lungs. It's a bad thing. Here. Isn't she adorable? She's adorable. Cute. All right. So
I just spent today working with a bunch of idiots that are trying to figure out why the hell Michael's is considered an essential location. And then for 15 minutes, we got to listen to a statewide alert go off on all the cell phones in the building about how
you didn't put cheese.
Yeah, I did. It's underneath the meat.
Oh, it's underneath me. Smart. That's good. So you have people arguing with you that it's people that are customers or people out there.
Well,
nah. People are dumb.
You know, I should try that hell child. Lime juice. So it's pretty good on purpose.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't you remember when we went to that taco place when I was in California? They had the tacos and they had the lime wedges there. I was putting it on the tacos. You remember the taco place I'm talking about? Not the Scandinavian taco place, but the taco place that had the mud pie that we had for dessert. Where Angelina wanted to go.
Mm-hmm. That was Woody's.
Woody's.
Well,
there you go.
Actually, a taco place. It was a restaurant.
But they had incredible shrimp tacos.
I can't eat peppers. I'm allergic to them. They taste like soap. We don't have any greenery. Can't eat beans because
we had lettuce. I just didn't pull out the fridge. It's in the fridge. We had lettuce.
Blame him for me not eating greens. Can't eat beans because they're high in carbs and we're keto. And I can't eat onions either.
She's picky.
No, I'm partially allergic.
We're trying to hardcore get back into keto because I'm fat. And I've added a lot of weight. I'm not happy about it. I've put back on a lot. I've put back on a lot of weight that I got rid of. So I'm trying to get I fell off the keto wagon and I'm back on it hardcore. So I gotta lose some of this. And since I'm going to be home for the next month, I get to control entirely what I eat.
It's great. Apparently, Michael's Craft Stores is considered an essential retail tool. What? You see food, you eat it.
Okay.
You just kept yelling on.
I said plum.
Oh, plum. Yes, please. You're getting fat because the gyms are closed? Pretty sure that's not how that works.
Then you're not getting fat. Your beard's getting fluffy.
Anyway, so yes, I get to continue to work even though out of the 15 stores that are in the strip mall that my store is located in, only 5 of them are open.
Can you refill my glass? And Jam Jar says hi.
Hi, Jam Jar. I'm sorry. It took me a bit to get to you.
Loved your stream as you saw, buddy. Good stream. Good video you did. Keep that chin up, man. I know things are a little rough with you right now. Just keep plugging on, man. You're a good dude. Good things come to good people. I honestly and truly believe that good things come to good people. So, and you're good people. So, wowzers. Just crazy. I mean, everything closing, Warhammer closing, but they're doing all their announcements.
Ooh, I haven't tried that. Earthman, I'm going to have to give that a go because that sounds actually kind of tasty.
Yeah. So let's talk about what's on the bench, since we had to cover the news first. What's on the bench, Lady D?
Well, for me, I have finished the assembly of the entirety of my Soul Wars box, plus my 3, I swear to God, these are the works of the devil.
Spirit hosts.
3 of them. They're evil. I hate them. He is assembled in 3 different pieces so that I can make sure that he gets the attention that he needs. And soon...
I love chocolate milk.
Must you, hell child? Quit breaking my heart here, man. So I got that.
I'm guessing since they get closed, we're not gonna be able to.
I'll be able to work on those, considering I'm only working like, a whole whopping 8 hours. I did finish my challenge marine. I have to do my video.
We'll have time to film it.
And always, you must, don't forget, your custom marine is in my hands. And he's looking really cool, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. And to Mythos and Joe Bookish, when you guys see this, you will have your stuff probably tomorrow.
What do I have on the bench?
What don't you have on the bench?
I went on a binge. I went on a building binge.
How or
So, not counting Shadow Spear, because I finally know what I'm doing with them. I've got them decided. I've got their color scheme decided. I know what faction they are. I'm making a bunch of Red Corsairs, and I've got the army list put together, so I know what I'm doing for them, and I'm going with them. Then I built a bunch of orcs. I built my bikes. I built my car, my custom Boosta Blasta.
Oh, Malal's here.
And I got them all primed and built, and they're starting to get paint on them. And then I was like, I still need to build some more. So I went out and I got my my Tau Kill Team box, and I've got them built and primed, and I got their first coats of paint on. So I've got a 10-man unit of Tau with 2 drones and a missile launcher. Those are primed. First coat of gray on them is on. I'll be start getting them lighter and lighter, because when they're done, they're going to be white. Although I'm doing their inner mechanical parts with a metallic blue. Basically, I'm doing it in a what Vallejo calls oily steel. Paint them in oily steel, then wash them heavily in Green Stuff World's blue ink wash, and then give them a highlighting in a bright silver paint. The MSP line from Reaper. I'm not really fond of their paints. It's probably one of the last bottles of theirs I buy. I probably won't buy any more of them. I just don't. They're really super watery, and they're not. They're really super thin.
Puppy just gave kisses in the mouth.
They don't cover real well. I've done 2-3 coats, and you can still kind of see right through them. So, Big Brother Al, good to see you, buddy. How are you? How are you, buddy?
Oh God, I forgot.
We're all lying around and building them. I'm doing
Turbo Dork.
yeah. Hand me that box. I'm using the Turbo Dork color shift, and I'm using their blue to purple. And let me tell you, these bikes are they are gorgeous. I mean, you can't really see all the depth on the camera, but I mean, show them to the wife here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they just don't do them justice in the camera. I mean, I got to do this, and you can kind of see the shift. These are just a gorgeous paint job. So I got to finish detailing these guys, but they're done. Here's the buggy and the guys for the bikes. They're all in the box here. This is the current work project box. I still got a set of Burner Boys to do that I've got in the project box with them. I'm trying to get a lot of my orcs done because my other box arrived today.
I really wish I had some beans on this.
Due to the weakness of the Saga of the Wolf box, or Prophecy of the Wolf box. Saga of the Beast is the book. Prophecy of the Wolf is the box. The book is strong. The box is weak. And this arrived today. So much DACA is to be made. I'm super excited. My orc army it's coming together. Here's the thing. Yes and no. Citadel are really great paints. I cannot knock Citadel paints in any way.
Especially for beginners.
Not even for beginners. They're good.
Very forgiving.
They're very forgiving. They're good paints. They're really good paints. I love Vallejo paints. Vallejo is a little cheaper, I shouldn't say cheaper, a little less expensive than Citadel paints. And there's a couple places you can find guides that show you this Citadel color equals this Vallejo color.
Yep.
And I love Vallejo. I mean, this blue, they're what's just called their flat blue. Their flat blue is my primary blue for my Death Skulls orcs. This blue, I love how just sharp and bright and rich this blue is. High quality paint. They have a set of metallics that are just unfreaking believable. Their metallics are beautiful. Their old gold is one of my favorite highlighting colors. I use it in conjunction with their straight gold.
Me? Not looking for advantage. Are you talking about me?
Yes, we get to some drawings. Keep talking about not showing them. Can you go get the drawing pad that is sitting on the desk because I moved there to be safe?
Like I do.
Got you.
Wait. Yeah, I can show off some of my stuff. I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I love showing off your stuff. Your art her art is beautiful. I found a service that lets you convert art into figures, and your hands are nasty. I'll hold it. My hands are clean.
My hands are not nasty.
Your hands are nasty. You can talk. I will hold. You can talk.
All right. So the piece that you are currently looking at, please, is actually a commission piece from Hellchild for his Eclipse Stalkers, which is a custom chapter that he made for his wolves. The title of this picture is The Calm After the Storm. Once it's done, down here in the bottom, you're going to see a bunch of wolves storming up a snowy hill, forcing back their opponents, as their captain is looking down upon them with his with a couple of wolves at his side, and his custom-made axes. This custom-made axe is actually available at 3dcult.com, courtesy of Heinrich Botha, where you can actually get it, the file, to be able to do a custom print over there.
If you go to
Thingiverse,
if you go to Sunday's live show, in the information of the live show, in the information comments, in the live show, you'll actually find a link to the file so you can download the axe. I think there's also a link to the Thingiverse, because Heinrich Botha is one of my Patreons. One of my other Patreons, Mr. Inquisitor Zane, used the axe and a couple other pieces he got from a couple other people, and he gives them all credit in the model, but he built a custom Wolf Lord figure using that axe. on Thingiverse. I think a link to that is also in my Sunday F It I'll Do It live show. She's an amazing artist. I love her to death. This is just a little bit. I've been lucky. I've been seeing her art for years, and it's only now that she's seeing the love of lore, and it's not just custom, just not just her own stuff, because she has an entire. We have an entire fantasy comic world that she and I have built together. Because the idea is eventually we're going to be doing a web comic that we have. I want to say like 50 or 60 original characters all designed for it. So it's an ongoing long-term comic project. And it's a graphic novel. It's a full story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But I want to get her in the practice of drawing things on a regular basis so that she can draw panel after panel after panel. So when that goes live, we'll let everybody know. That's not for a bit down. I just started doing some of the scripting for that. She's a great writer. I'm a writer.
He's a better writer.
I'm a published writer.
I have two more pieces for people's viewing pleasure. These are both also commissioned pieces, and they are finished. The first one was commissioned by Joe Bookish. He requested 3 grots
in a commissar coat.
So there you go. That was fun because I've never drawn a grot before, and I was kind of unsure exactly of what the hell they are, per se, other than goblins, basically. They're space goblins of varying sizes. And there you go. So, Plague Child actually likes to play with these, and they will oftentimes go in and they clean it up, get rid of the smudges for me, and we'll color them just because they can. This one was my very first commission and was commissioned to me by our dear Wolf brother Mythos, that he requested of his Wolf Lord.
With his Thunderwolf.
With his Thunderwolf. So this one was a lot of fun to do. Eventually, these will be, once I get them converted on the computer to JPEGs, I will have them posted up on my Instagram, the completed versions on my Instagram. And then I bring this one to show because it happens to be one of his favorite and happens to be characters of one of said novels that he and I are working on together.
Yeah, we are working on a couple. Oh.
This is his absolute favorite one I have ever done.
Well, that one.
This is a redone.
Okay, so a little bit about these characters. We are writing, as I said, a graphic novel that's kind of like a superhero, but there's a huge magical bend to them.
Very slice of life-y also, which is funny.
It's an incredible story. The guy in the middle is a character I have been writing short stories and long-form stories about for probably close to 35 years now. At least the inspiration for the character is. The 4 beings around him,
not this one,
but the 4 around him are his 4 primary generals. Because he tries to have kind of a scary, mystical air about him, they are referred to as his 4 horsemen.
The Plague Doctor, as Modeling for Advantage pointed out, is actually our pestilence.
Pestilence, this is war. This is the second incarnation of famine.
You're going to see 2 wars and 2 famines throughout the course of the story. This is the ending group.
And next to him is his consort, Death. So yes, he has his 4 horsemen are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
This lovely lady over here in the corner is actually a fae.
She's an act from the Fae courts. She is his oldest companion, and his most loyal, because he saved her from a fate to her worse than death.
Yeah.
She was going to be consigned to be mundane. And rather than allow her to become mundane because she was considered ugly by her family, he took her, restoring her elven ancient fae powers, and kept her as his basically his
Major domo, chamberlain. She basically handles all of his affairs for him.
But the big thing is that she's also his devil's advocate. She is the first person to always point out possible flaws in all of his plans.
Which I will point out because Dialthagar, or Dragon as he is called, is kind of cocky. And
oh, he's an egomaniac. He
doesn't see how any of his ideas could possibly go wrong.
He's an absolute egomaniac. So
her job is to point out. So yes, eventually this too will actually be colored.
So
one of these days.
This is a little bit of a joke there, and this is kind of a little bit of backstory, I guess. His name is Dialthagar, which is a badly Google translated and with some Cimmerillion Elven translation. I forget how I put all the words together, but it basically translates to Eater of Dragons. Or at least that's the original name I came up with. The name Dialthagar has been a handle I've been using online since the early 80s in the whole era of dial-ups and BBSs and bulletin board systems before there was internet. We changed the name Dialthagar because I've actually used the name in a book, but
I can't have the evil god of destruction and void.
Right, but the big
because I might get sued for copyright.
But the big, I don't want it to get confused because he's not that same character.
Oh.
That's the big thing.
They're two completely different characters.
So that's why I didn't want to use the same name. But the big D is short for Dialthagar. Because again, that was my online handle, and been my online handle since I was 13 years old and playing Ultima 2. The Wrath of Mondane, or Mine Axe's Revenge, Ultima 2. So yeah.
Just the other half of that, because this is only one of the 3 groups that are in that entire story. The other group, hello. The other group is a group that I've actually been writing about since I was 16 years old. Basically, think of it as they are celestial beings that are born into human form to be able to fight against these demons of darkness that want to destroy and convert all life into death so that they can rule because they can't be in the light.
So there's a whole overarching story. Like I said, it's massive.
It's freaking crazy.
When we do this huge overarching graphic novel,
we have another one we have to write first.
Yeah. Is that like Jehovah's Witnesses? Sorta. But more destructive.
Oh, the
Angels of the Light and the Darkness and all that.
Hello, my darling Zane.
Inquisitor Zane. So, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of stuff. I mean, between the writing and the drawing and the painting and the building, we have a lot on our plates. We're an artistic family. That's part of the reason why we love GW. It
also doesn't help that I'm also.
It relates directly to the plague that's going on right now. They're doing a world re-release for a world all at one time rewatching of Rose. And the whole reason they're doing it as a preamble to the previously unreleased 50th anniversary Rose prelude story they did. Yes. Eccleston and Rose are her favorite characters in all of the Whoviverse. Like, she was like, okay, this Doctor Who thing's kind of cool. I showed her the first episode.
No. It is more near that simple. Okay. Yes. Plague Child is a little upset, Zane. Games Workshop has closed down everything, so they can't get any new Necrons until maybe the 14th of next month.
Yeah.
So they're very upset about that.
I have nothing on the bench for that long.
So anyway, so I have friends that are total Whovians. I even did a total Whovian thing for Halloween once, not even realizing that this was a Doctor Who thing. I made my mother's front yard look like a graveyard, and this was, about Tennant's run-ish, about that time, a little bit after. And I dressed up like one of the stone statues, and I had my hands over my face. And whenever somebody walked up and they took their they turned their backs to me, I would walk towards them. If they turned, I put my hands back up. No idea. Until this 8-year-old kid shows up wearing a little suit with a greatcoat. He looked like he had this stupid magic wand, and I have no idea what the hell this kid is. He looked at me and he's sliding by me, like he will not take his
we gonna argue.
Okay, no, we're not gonna argue on this. So anyway.
Although I do love John Pertwee.
So
that's
hilarious.
That velvet coat was awesome.
My favorite Doctor
that's the
arguments.
second Doctor.
Third.
Oh, the third one, yes, the one who, yeah.
One argument.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about your psychopathic doctor. So anyway, and then I see all these, things online, all these memes, like, how do you say I love you to somebody without actually saying I love you? And somebody put a picture of David Tennant just saying Rose Tyler. And I'm like, what the hell? Doesn't get it. And then there was this thing that finally I was like, all right, I got to see what this is all about.
Yes, Sam.
And
Baker for life. 4 bitches.
Anyway, so
On the 11th day.
so anyway, so I was like, okay, what the hell is this? And there's this post this woman did at one point. No, she's really not, but she's very charismatic. It makes her very attractive.
Who?
Jodie Whittaker. I don't think she's hot, but she's very
attractive. The new Doctor?
Yes. She's not hot. She's very charismatic and she's very attractive.
She's attractive in an unconventional way.
Yes. Anyway, so this woman posted, she was watching it with her 6-year-old and her 8-year-old, and apparently the episode started getting really, hazy, and her 6-year-old daughter started getting really upset, and the mom looks at her kid and she goes, "Don't worry, sweetie, it's the doctor. The doctor never loses." And her 8-year-old, without missing a heartbeat, very quietly goes, "He lost Rose." And she posted this online, to which the internet explodes with, "Go to your room, you're grounded, too soon." And I'm like, what the hell are these people talking about? So I went and I looked up Rose Tyler. And I caught the episode and I saw the scene where, they're separated and it meant nothing to me. And I'm like, okay. Then I was like, okay, let's see. What's her first appearance? Is that Christopher Eccleston?
Okay. Now, in between here, she's like, it's Chris Eccleston. And she comes to me and says, "Is this Doctor Who thing any good?" She literally said this. "Is Doctor Who any good? Should we bother watching it?" And I'm like, you're interested in who?
Yeah, and so I look up, I go online and I'm like, all right, let's see Rose Tyler. And so I get to see these, I get to see Christopher Eccleston, for once not being a villain, and frankly, I think he's hot as hell when he's a villain. I mean, like, oh my God.
I'm not arguing with you about Douglas Adams and some of the best writing. Yes, he was the Doctor during some of the best writing and editing in the series. But Baker's charisma and his ability to smile and good God, he's so awesome.
Dude, when he did that in the 50th episode, it was the 50th anniversary, that was so awesome.
Who
knows? I do not love Tennant. I found him entertaining. I love Eccleston. He is my doctor. He is my only doctor. End of story. That's it. And I'm writing an entire fanfic that is currently 50 chapters in on why he is the best doctor.
My mom was upset that I couldn't fully get into the 9th Doctor.
No, I wasn't. I mean, to each his own. I just don't understand your love of Smith. But anyway,
I love Matt Smith.
Now we're going to take this entire thing and we're going to go, yes. As the War Doctor.
I can't deny
Now,
Hurt was
grabbing this.
amazing, but I think that's a Hurt thing more than a doctor thing.
Now, I'm going to take this entire subject and we're going to throw it out and get back to.
No, we're not, because
We're not getting into a discussion about this.
we are getting a
unless
discussion.
we're talking about my librarian and the name of the Knights and all that stuff.
No, what we're talking about is the fact that right now, I forget the name of the company, is re-releasing all their classic Doctor Who figures for a reduced price, specifically to give people something to do during the plague times. So, and one of the sets is Eccleston, Rose, and Mickey.
I would have been so much happier if it was Barrowman. Sorry.
No, that's the Torchwood pack.
Oh, you my mommy. Oh my god! That was one of the creepiest effing episodes. And there is an episode with Tennant where he is wearing a gas mask where he turns and looks at a member, general in unit, and he goes, "Oh, you my mommy." And they literally go, "Doctor, focus."
I might find mine.
I'm not sleepy, Zane. I'm
Hi, Chilling.
Hey, Spud. Hey, how good to see you all. So yeah,
No, this Plague Child's just a little heartbroken.
like I said,
Oh my god, I loved that episode.
Games Workshop and Doctor Who, England's two greatest exports. Well, that and the Beatles. Although I don't know, Bringing the Horizon kind of takes up there for me.
He plays that shit a lot. Anyway, so just to kind of talk a little bit, all just kind of switching gears, I can say that I am actually the base Bofangle, horror effect. Or if I want to use plate four hammer.
Okay, Benny Hill. Yeah, not everybody is of the right age to remember Benny Hill. I am the right age that I was a budding teenager.
Very much y'all have had talking about the
English
place of England and their crap. Well, not really crap. I can't really say that.
They're great stuff. England is a lot of great stuff. Although,
and somewhere in Nottingham, a man whose name is Mark Ward is crying tears of joy as Bruce Alfarius named his boy the #1 most sexy by custodian standards Primaris.
I've got 15 pounds of sprue. She can make spruicons.
Hey, I've seen somebody do that. Zane's saying they print out pictures of them and color them in and then put them on cardboard and you're playing Warhammer now.
Actually, I have a tax. Spruicons. I have a tax check coming, and I already promised Plague Child when that tax cut comes. Although most of that's already spoken for, I will be getting Plague Child a box of either Warriors or Immortals, depending on what they want.
Oh, hey, look. Murders is up. Murders. She was on the table.
She's like right behind Mom.
Murder mittens. Get down from there, evil. Get down, evil child. The evil cat.
Armin's like,
No, I don't want you.
On the other hand, you get to get the English.
Just gonna print her and print out a bunch of Immortals. Save money in the long run. Can't afford a printer, Zane. We want one. Oh,
Tell you what, Zane. Why don't you print me out a bunch of Immortals and tell me how much it cost me, and I'll pay to have them shipped. That would be illegal. All right, smash that like button. We're an hour in. All right.
Actually, we're not technically an hour, not for another.
Close enough. I just do gotta say though.
Oh, there she is.
I do have to say though, when looking at the Tau, the first thing that came to mind when I saw these adorable little drones.
Boop boop beep boop. I'm so cute.
Beep beep boop. I'm so cute. Paint me more. I mean, they're just these towers so adorable. They're gonna die like guardsmen, but they're so cute.
Well, yes, now they're into 40K, so won't do drugs. This is a true statement.
That's the great thing about my child being into 40K. I don't have to worry about them going out late nights, running wild, doing drugs or paint. They're like, what are they gonna be doing? They'll be huffing paint thinner. I gotta do more figures.
No, drinking Mountain Dew so I keep going. Chug down that monster.
Is it possible to do more squads of guardsmen by cutting the torso and making squads?
Just take the torso, take the legs, cut off the boots, and just glue the boots right to the bottom of the torso. I'm a squad.
I'm sorry, Zane. I'm leaving.
Or,
They really do.
or alternately, one of the ones that I saw was actually kind of funny. I saw somebody did a squat conversion. What are you looking for?
I was looking for my favorite one, the one that has the two little bunny ears. This is my favorite of his joints.
It reminds me of the little aliens from the movie Batteries Not Included, which I bet most of you have never heard of.
But the thing is, I have seen the best guard to squats conversion I saw was somebody took a bunch of the.
I want to paint and I cannot paint right now
Why can't you?
because the things I want to paint are sitting in a box behind me.
You have to get primed. All right, they get primed in it. Somebody took a bunch of the steampunk dwarves for Age of Sigmar and replaced the guns that they carry with trooper, basically guardsmen las rifles.
It is Earthman. It is. We're just talking about that movie.
Which one?
Batteries Not Included.
Oh,
Do you even know that movie?
I know the movie.
Okay, good.
I was a teenager when it came out.
We're not going to talk how old I was.
I know how old you were because I know what comic I saw it on the back of.
I just remember watching it on TV.
Yeah, because you couldn't have seen it when it come out. Your mom would have taken you to the theater. You'd have been like, because you were like 2.
No, Zane. That's bad.
What I do is I tape them to the dog and chase them around with 2 cans of primer, so I get the best Zenithal highlighting ever.
Yeah, I'd like to actually see that one. Baby lady.
Baby Lady Dragon. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'll bite you.
I was not like that, thank you very much.
You were not a biter?
No, I was not a biter as a kid.
That's shocking.
What, considering how much I am now? He likes to try to fuck with me, and he'll like go to poke me in the face, and I bite him.
She has injured this finger, like, severely.
He shouldn't be trying to stick it up my nose.
Well, you can pick your friends and you
Gorilla glue?
can.
Sorry.
2-way tape.
Mango Wolf, if you're watching this, I love you, sweetie. No, I'm still not giving you crap about the Gorilla Glue.
Oh,
Long story short, now 16-year-old child, when she was 3, thought a bottle of Gorilla Glue was shampoo.
oh.
So I'm looking into starting my sisters. I want to do magenta fabric. Can't really sign a...
Ooh, magenta. Yes.
Excuse me. Wine, I promise. Well, she tips for paint and wash. Okay, I don't know if he can do that one.
Yes, he can. He's in England. They can get this stuff in England. A lot easier to get it here. If you want a good wash to get you a nice magenta wash, blood. Mr. Tick, good to see you. Blush Red from Green Stuff World. This stuff, their entire line of ink washes are absolutely fabulous. I can't, to give you an idea here,
I still have to work. Does that count? Somebody dropped something.
oh crap, there's stuff in that.
Okay.
I'll get it.
Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna...
And I put it on Vallejo oily silver or oily steel, which is about the equivalent of in color as I want to say it's brighter than Iron Warriors, but it's not quite Rune Fin. I can't think of the name. Lead Belcher. It's about the same as Lead Belcher.
It's a little bit.
But that blue Commodore's like not taking it tonight. There we go. That's blue. I'm basically on that. It's an incredible. It's a very clingy. It sinks in and yet it clings beautifully. It's a great tone. Yeah, you can put my crack on. So that being said, their blush red, if you were to go over, say, a medium pink, like a medium to brighter pink magenta, I would say something in this tone. I just would never suggest the MSP, but like a pink horror and like a pink horror pink and wash it in this stuff, you would get a really beautiful magenta red out of that.
Unless Jay's got a suggestion to get a magenta.
I would also ask, because luckily I've got him in the channel for just a moment, Mr. Tick, if you were trying to do a magenta cloth, can you suggest a paint/wash combination? I have mentioned Jason before. This is that Jason. This is that amazing painter.
This is the guy that he drools over, and
This is the guy that got me using my airbrush confidently because of the tips he given me. He is.
It's a Sisters.
He's doing Sisters. He's doing a magenta fabric for Sisters of Battle. Yeah, unfortunately, it's because everybody's at home. Give him a sec. Like I said, Jay is an incredible painter, an incredible professional. Yes. He's a pro painter. He's going to be having a channel he's putting up pretty soon.
And we will be pushing
teaching people the basics. And it's one of those things that he is such
a
great painter. I mean, I can't talk about his stuff enough. I recently saw him do the Primaris Salamander Commander. The named Salamander character. He did it for a guy that's doing a Salamander army to go with his Imperial Guard, and it was just gorgeous. And Jay was like, hang on. The Salamanders, when they were first brought out, were supposed to be brothers. So I'm not doing him when he looks like he's made of coal. I'm making him look like he is a proper brother. So the skin tones on him were just honestly, it was a very warm, very realistic but dark skin tone. It was just beautiful work.
Because he's Jay.
He's Jason, yeah. He did a Karn last year. He did a Karn last year for the Everchosen that did not get enough votes for how good it was. I honestly think the troll that won at the store we were at, I think the troll that won just won because that model is so freaking impressive. And I keep saying that because the guy that painted the troll is a great painter. I'm not saying he's a bad painter. He's a great painter.
Who was that?
I don't even know. But I thought the Karn was so much better. You know?
Yeah, don't look at me, man. I painted my
P3 Murderous Magenta. It's a beautiful magenta, and he would take that, water it down, purple ink or a wash, and throw that down and highlight with the Murderous Magenta. Again, there you go. So if you're ever going to get advice from a pro painter, Jay Tick is the guy to talk to.
Give it 2 weeks before everyone runs out of that crack.
It's funny you say that. 2 weeks ago, because we knew we were going to be running into some hobby inability to run out time because we just got some things going on, we actually stocked up and bought 2 extra bottles of Agrax and an extra bottle of
No.
of null oil, just because we know we're gonna go through this stuff. That'd be great, Jay. I'd be all up for it. I would definitely be all up for
Oh,
that
that
one
would be
trip
so
ago.
much
Yeah. P3. Okay, I had heard really good things about P3, but I haven't used it yet. Although I do know somebody who has used P3.
I used a little bit of P3 for the Sanguine base on my Challenge Marine for the Chim War Gamers 3+ Black Marine Challenge, and I actually really enjoyed it. It waters down very nicely, but to be able to use it a little bit more on my coordinates as I go.
The other thing really,
You're not starting that again, Zane.
yeah, I gotta say, I'm already done with mine, so it doesn't even affect me anymore. I was gonna say one of the big things that I found, P3 comparable size to a pot of paint. It's gonna be a little tough now with a lot of the hobby stores being closed around here, so we got to find an essential hobbyist.
I'm not even going to show it. Not even going to show it. He's not getting a rise out of me today. He's being very inappropriate. And he knows being inappropriate.
Zane, you're being naughty.
You will get booted.
All right, so that's on the bench. That's the news.
Just not getting over that. Oh, there he goes.
There you go. Commodore got you. All right. So let's talk about, we've talked about all the news. There's a lot of news we already talked about. I actually want to talk a bit about this old world, because one of the things a lot of people are talking about with the old world is the ability to bring back old figures that they're using, and they'll be usable again. And yet it's looking like they're also going to be, of course, creating a new line of all new figures to go with the old figures, which it looks like they're going to probably reproduce again. I like fantasy wargaming. I'll be honest, I miss Mordheim. I used to play Mordheim quite a bit. I used to love Mordheim. And it's one of the reasons I thought about picking up the book for Frostgrave, because basically Frostgrave is Mordheim. WizKids deep cutting. Oh yeah, actually, the other store we go to carries those WizKids deep cuts. Remember you were looking at that? Was it a Fire Genasi? That
Oh yes.
Yeah. Those we get to see those. We actually have a GW that is our local place for playing 40K, but there is another friend.
Who did
Yeah.
this?
Oh yeah. We got a whiskey cuts right here. This is one of their dragons.
It was a brass or bronze.
Yeah.
And I tried to make it. I'm trying slowly to turn it into a amethyst dragon for my daughter's birthday that I cannot send to her until after everything slows down, because unfortunately the virus can survive up to 9 days on surfaces. Thank you. I may, whenever this all goes down, Jason, I may come and ask you for some pointers on how to make it the wings. I've never really done anything like this before.
She's working on a technique she learned from
Goobertown
about making the wings look transparent.
It's a work in progress, considering this is something I have never done before. I've never painted a monster. And yes, the Bob Ross. In May, yeah.
Our normal GW stores close down at least until mid-April. Given how our state just announced a few things, I'm betting they're going to be closed down maybe longer. Maybe until May.
Let me tell you, that was a lot of fun today at work when everybody's cell phone goes off saying, effective 8 o'clock tonight, you are to stay in your homes.
Yeah.
Except for those of us who have to work.
So, yeah. So that being said, I want to be clear. Yeah, we absolutely, Jay. That is exactly the point. That is exactly the point, Jay. We have to take care of people. We have to take care of each other. Ben, I'm essential. I work in the financial industry, and I was given a laptop and told you're going to be working from home from now on. So until further notice, because I work in the U.S. Bank building. Dave, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I work in the U.S. Bank building here in Milwaukee, and I have a letter literally signed by my CIO saying this guy is important. So if he needs to come in, if something goes down, but for the most part, I'm going to be working from home. That's going to cut it's going to cut an hour and a half of travel time out of every day.
And I don't have to get up at 5:30 in the
Thank you. Give me a like too, you jerk.
morning. And we love you, Zane.
But that being said, I'm going to have an hour and a half every day I'm getting back because I'm not going to be driving. And because I'll be at home, I can eat at home, which will be cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, in the
in the long run, but we got to take
he's
care of
gonna
people.
go absolutely stir crazy.
I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to go absolutely nuts. And the only way to counteract that going nuts is to go back to the roots of what this channel is.
Making terrain.
So, my pledge to my viewers, my pledge to my fans, my pledge to those of you that are so lovely, giving me your time and giving me your ear for an hour or two a week. I'm going to be producing more talent. I mean, producing more talent, producing more content. I'm going to be doing a terrain project a week. Every week there will be a terrain project.
One of them may be me. I mean, I'm going to start trying to actually do some content of my own as well for my channel, which may or may not just be a. I was wondering how long it's going to last. I'm working from home now too. I got to get a lactite gear and a crystal ball, which shows the Eye of Sauron, so they can check. He got lucky; they didn't give him the Eye of Sauron.
I don't need the Eye of Sauron. I log into a phone queue so they can literally see what status I'm in. Is he on a phone call? Is he not ready? So he's not taking calls. Is he not ready and he's on his desk, or is he ready, able to take the next call?
Not here, saying.
So that being said, I'm not gonna have a choice. But the nice thing is, my laptop, it's right here. So while I am on the phone for work, I'll be painting, I'll be building, and yeah. So I'll be doing a phone queue because I work for a company that has about 6,000 employees nationwide, and as of today, we have supplied, provided, and set up work from home solutions for 80% of the company.
Well, which is a good thing. I mean,
the only people that aren't working remotely are the people that can't work remotely, because we have traders that have to be able to get to their Bloomberg stations. So they're going to be, we've sequestered them in small areas scattered several floors of the building. So it's crazy. This is nuts. A lot of people that are going to be stuck at home. I mean, Jam Jar, my heart goes to Jam Jar. He just got a job that he loves. He's talking about how much joy this new job gives him. And because of lockdown, they had to let him go. He just got this job. So my heart goes out to him because Jam Jar is a great guy. We've chatted a little bit on some of the streams here. He is a good dude.
yes.
And he's going to try and provide content. Well, you know what? I can provide content. I have 4 storage container foam board. I have stacks and stacks of pink foam. I have so many cards and sheets of card stock. I have PVC. I have
Apparently, you just
6.5 pounds currently of sprue.
you got a stay home order too, Dave. Yeah, we got that effective tonight as of 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So I'm going to do my best to provide extra content so that you guys, my fans, my friends, the friends of the channel, that I can give you a little bit of break from all the craziness that is out there. So
Yeah, it's crazy, but
I mean, there's a lot of us there. Actually, I was having a conversation today. Believe it or not, I was having a conversation with a couple of big names in the industry, which was kind of like, wow. I actually had a short conversation with Squidmar today.
ooh,
Yeah, and we were talking about how, you know,
It's all right.
he's gonna have a tough time because he's gonna work from home and he's got 2 grade school age kids. And he put a video out, and I was talking to him a little bit afterwards. I threw a comment at him. He threw me one back, and it's just one of these. There's a lot of content providers that are like, I'm lucky to an extent, kind of a not lucky thing. I don't rely on YouTube for providing any income for me.
it'd be nice, but
It'd be nice, but I don't rely on it because it doesn't. I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I don't have enough hours watched. There's all these little hoops you have to jump through. Guys like Squidmar and Goobertown, and they have seen over the last 2 weeks, ad revenue has dropped by like 40%. Nobody knows why, but suddenly ad revenue has dropped like 40%. Hours and not working. There's a lot of guys that rely on Patreon that their viewers aren't going to be able to afford Patreon. So they're losing money that they used to feed their families. These guys are lucky enough to be able to use the hobby to feed their families. And now they're suddenly going, what the heck am I going to do? So
we're building a garden.
yeah, I feel bad for these guys. I really do. Because I mean, these are guys that are where I want to be. But at the same time, I had a 9 to 5 that pays me enough to cover my bills and is pretty reliable and is in an industry that is pretty much recession proof. So I'm going to be fine. I've been told you have nothing to worry about. You're fine. You're absolutely fine.
Which is really nice to hear considering he's a contract worker.
Yeah. So being told you have nothing to worry about, you're here until the end of time is good to know.
And I'm supposed to have started a new job next month also.
Yeah. So there's a lot of scary things going on right now. So to kind of try and take people's minds off of that gay hobby.
Exactly. And the 2 dragons here are going to do what we can to give you something to keep you entertained during this time of self-imposed isolation and government-imposed isolation, if you happen to be in one of the states or countries that is being placed under such heavy quarantine. I'm going to probably start doing some live streaming once or maybe sometime during the week, where I'll either be drawing or just working on my painting and just chatting as I go, like I did once before when California is completely closed down. I know I was looking to go out there next week to visit my family, and I cannot. Well, I could.
Sorry, the Imperial Guard Army then.
To be a moderator.
No.
We already let you be a moderator on the Discord, man.
Yeah, you're a moderator on Discord. That's good enough. You're good.
You're very good at it. Okay. All joking aside, Zane is actually a very talented moderator, and he keeps things very structured and organized on our Discord. Sorry to ruin your reputation.
And I appreciate that.
But yes, he's gonna be working a lot more. I have a lot of
I can already tell you the next piece I'm working on. I'm kind of dropping a piece of terrain I was in the middle of working on. I'm going to set it aside for a moment because the next piece of terrain I'm working on is a piece of orcish terrain.
Oh, that's right. He was gonna.
So in this rough time, I'm going to tell you, to build this next project, you're only going to need one. You're going to need some corrugated cardboard or some sort of corrugated paper. and all your old sprues. So keep your sprues, folks, because I'm going to show you how to do something fun with them. That is some really strong wine.
Oh, it's so very tasty.
It's a very strong, it's good, very earthy.
It's a plum wine, actually. I like fruit wines. I can't stand regular wine. I won't let you. You forget.
yeah, you're going to say something counter. Nope.
And you forget I'm a moderator, too.
Yeah. So
I outrank you.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big call out to a lot of people that produce content right now. I mean,
To our friends, our families, you guys are very dear to us, and throw stuff out. Let us know miniature bottles out of sprues. That I want to see.
yeah, I definitely.
But yeah. See, I figure this is a community that is designed the way we have been building it, that supports each other. We support each other, we build each other up, we give each other ideas, and in this time, I really think that we need to continue to do what we can for each other as best as we can, one way or another. Because, honey, you are going to step all over.
Yes, I am trying to get them figured up.
So, but that's just me. And, maybe we can try and figure out some type of...
I saw those seraphim bases. Those are great.
I outrank you. Insane.
Because you do anything naughty, Bane, you get no feet.
Yep, no feet. Yes, we do pick on each other. We pick on each other terribly, especially me and Hellchild.
You should see my brother, my real life brother. He picks on me incessantly. It's how I know he loves me.
Football!
So.
Yeah, and Hellchild and I just go back and forth because he knows how much I want Raging Hero figures, so he keeps showing off and rubbing in my face that he's got Raging Heroes. And I keep crying at him, and he keeps laughing at me, just like a brother.
So that's the other thing to do. If you have time on your hands and you don't have anything to do and you don't have a hobby project to work on, go out onto YouTube and support other channels. When you see people in Heinrich, my buddy, oh my God, Heinrich Botha, the glorious man that did that wonderful rendering of Lady D's axe. The man, the living legend, Heinrich Botha from South Africa. And I'm sorry, I may not be able to make this reference, Heinrich, but every time I hear South Africa, all I can think of, so what are you doing? I was upstairs shooting the breeze, shooting the fish. Oh, it's a Lethal Weapon reference.
Oh, I guess Mel Gibson's the one who said the shooting the fish.
Yeah. Rendering of what? Okay, that picture she showed earlier, she drew a axe. Heinrich took the axe, rendered it, and so it made it so he could use it as a bit for Space Wolves. If you go to my Sunday show, the Plague Edition F It Will Do It Live, there's a link to the piece in the comments section of that show. And you can get the link to that and download and print it for yourself if you have a 3D printer. It's a freaking Power Axe / Frost Axe. It is took it and actually put together an entire rendering of a Space Wolf wielding the axe. And that's up on Thingiverse actually now. Yes, I'm a big fan of Herbert Herperderp. There's actually, I'm going to probably put together a list of channels. There's an Australian model maker, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember his name. But he has such a dry sense of humor when he's painting, because he does all these crazy kit bash models. And like half the time he likes, and I get some pieces. I don't like them. He throws them in the trash, and you never see his face. But he has this dry commentary. So you need to get some plastic cards. So I went and got, and I couldn't. So I went and bought a box of toy cards. And all right, so you can throw the cards away. You don't need those. He throws the cards away, and he bought it for the package. And he's just hilarious. I gotta find his name because he does like these. He does these crazy post-apocalyptic custom model kits that are like these Mad Max inspired model kits. He takes regular model kits and just goes crazy doing hairspray and salt rust effects and oh gosh, just I'll find a link if I can find a link in the issue today. When this is up on after the show's done, I will go into the information section afterwards, and I'll put links to like my 10 favorite non-specifically super 40K based stations, because there's some non-40K stations, modeling channels and resin channels. I mean, if anybody just wanted to see some entertaining resin and woodworking, you got to go see Peter Brown at Shop Time. He does silly stuff with the resin that just makes me go, yeah, that's the thing. He does like Mad Max gas lamps, but except he does them in whatever the standard car model size is. I think it's 1/32 scale. He does like 1/32 scale models, but it's like they're the craziest looking post-apocalyptic. He did a car trailer that he attached to the back of a semi that he turned into it was a semi pickup. Like I said, I'll get some links to his stuff. He does this crazy post-apocalyptic stuff, and he's such dry humor when he's doing it. You just die. And he said this channel that turned me on to Herbert Erpaderp. If you don't know who Herbert Erpaderp is, just go to YouTube and search Herbert Erpaderp. He does modeling, and he is great. I've got a bunch of modeling contacts I'm going to send out, because there's another guy I saw that actually he did some work on doing chipping and weld lines that I want to do on my next. I want to get another just weathered and rusted and beat all to hell like he did, and he does this great job. So yeah, I mean, it's just it might be Plasmo. Actually, you said that might be Plasmo that does that. I mean, there's just some amazing tutorials out there on modeling, and I think if we as 40K gamers use some of these high-end modeling techniques on some of our models, we would freak out people, especially on the vehicle stuff. I mean, I saw somebody did some high-end like some World War II Russian winter camouflage on a tank, but then decided to do it on a Lehman Russ to make it look like it was a Valhalla Warriors. And I was like, this is gorgeous. This is Soviet era paint job. I mean, this is a Soviet era paint job, but it's Soviet era on a Lehman Russ, and it was gorgeous. Yeah. So I tell you what, because we're coming to the end of our time. It's coming to the 9 o'clock hour. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to call it here for my friends. But just know that we will be back next Tuesday. I will have a video up this weekend. I'm going to try and do 2 videos this week just to give you guys some extra content, just to show you the love that you guys all show me. So that being said, thoughts of the evening, more than anything else, yes, stores are closed. Yes, things are crazy. Yes, there's a plague out there. But you know what? We have each other. And if we have to interface with each other through this internet to keep ourselves safe, that's what we're going to do. Ooh. A town piranha. See, I really want a piranha, because I love the look of that vehicle. But if you want to do it as a diorama, honestly, what I would do, because it's kind of like a skimmer jet bike, have it going over some water and do the water effect where it's parting a little bit as it's going over, and just get pick up some, I don't know, some turtles or something, and just have it gunning them down, because piranhas, Soylent Green is people, actually corpse dust is people, and people delete that too in 40K. So all right, my friends, so big love from Big D and the Lady D. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Remember to smash that like button, because that lets people know that I'm not terrible at what I do. Most of you guys are my subscribers, so if you are a subscriber, hit that bell and let you know when I'll be back on. If
we will be likely doing another. That was the Kenders.
I've done videos with the Kender before. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit subscribe. Ring that bell, let you know we're going to be on. We do normally, probably about once a week, we do a random live stream just for the heck of it.
We do try anyway.
If we can. Like I said,
don't touch your face. Don't touch other people's
wash your
faces.
damn hands and get some rubber gloves. Hand sanitizer. Wash your hands. And remember, if you have to sanitize something, leave the sanitizer on it for at least 8 minutes, because this COVID-19 is highly resistant.
You're 200 off.
20
off of 100.
Yes, I'm so close. I'm so close to 500. And remember, guys, if you help me get to that 500, at 500, we're doing a big giveaway. I'm going to be...
And eventually he'll tell you who actually won the speeder challenge.
We're going to talk about it real quick, right now, real quick. Who won the speeder challenge? All of you.
He couldn't pick.
It wasn't a matter of picking. It was a matter of everybody loved them all so much that in the end, I felt the only way to do it was to say, you know what? We're all really cool. We're all really great. They were all so different and so good. Mathos had an amazing paint job. Warmutt had that crazy,
oh my God,
crazy thing. Sid and Dave had that freaking dinosaur head on the front of that thing. That was really cool. Mine was pretty good. I like to think mine was pretty good. And then we had Jacob, who built his from trash on the boat that he's on in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Holy crap. So
kind of hard to...
I want to think everybody wins.
There will be a prize that goes out to all entries as soon as I am able to get...
I can't remember much, so...
But no, I've actually got something planned that I want to send to all entries as a thank you for that. I just have to get
stuff. So we got things going on.
It's not really getting stuff. It's more trying to prioritize and...
It's stuff. The things you're trying to get is stuff. But that stuff happens to be time. So that being said, we love all of you. Be safe, be smart, and wash your damn hands. Be good, y'all.
See you all again soon.
Game on.
Bye. Okay, I'm done waving.